We are rolling them bones, them digital bones. Okay, we have. I mean, I know this is 2d10 that it's rolling here, but like I'm looking at them as as a percentage.
The success percentages.
Okay, all right. So there's one, two,
One
three,
and
4, 5. We need one more. Okay, so okay, all right. All right. So percentage wise, we've got an 89. Let's say, well, there's an 83, an 89, a 43, a 14, and a 91.
Wow.
And I think that 91 is definitely high enough to find something on the magical scale of things here. All right, let me ask you this: would you like Seamus to get a uh, weapon, armor, a rune for your weapon or your armor, or a other permanent magical item? I mean, like magic boots, magic belt. Like that other non-armor, non-weapon gear.
Oh, fuck. I'm curious, like, because I want to know what they would be, so I can slap them on, at least one of them on.
I would legitimately say, Johnny, that you would probably either want to go with a rune, like a new fresh rune that you can add on to either your scythe or into your whatever particular armor that is that you're wearing, or just forego that entirely and just go for the others, because they're a grab bag and they're always constantly useful.
What would be the rune?
Well, the rune would be an add-on to either your weapon or your armor. Your weapon is a +2 striking, wounding weapon. So, like, that means it can hold one more rune on it. Like, it's basically got one rune slot left on it. So you can add an additional thing. Like, if you want it to be on fire, you could add flaming. If you wanted it to be an ice weapon, you could add frost. If you wanted it to be a weapon where, like, if it's not on you, you can just call it to your hand, and it comes to you. There's a rune for that. It's called calling. So there's a lot of different options there. Obviously, of course, they're almost.
Just sounds so cool. That just means
the calling one is free aura. The calling one is free aura.
How about, is there anything for, like, lifesteal? Or not yet?
There used to be. There used to be. I don't know if there's one in the current edition. Let me check. Let's see here. Let's open up.
Because don't get me wrong, calling it be like, oh yeah, wait, hold on, I left my scythe in the thing, and I just kind of just snap, and I just grab my scythe from midair.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can have it with calling. You can either do it where it appears in your hands, or it's like Mjolnir with Thor, and it just like flies from wherever the fuck he left it to his hands. It does have a range. Just to be clear, it does have a range.
Okay.
Yeah, it does have a range. Just to be clear, but it would be kind of funny of it, like, just shooting directly towards you, regardless of what might be in the way, and it's just like barreling through objects.
Okay, and how far is the flying angler from here? Oh, it's in a straight line path. All right, hold on. I just pull out my hand. What are you doing? I give it about a few seconds. Just buzzsaws right through the enemy.
He's like, I'm gonna pull my special magic, call Scythe, and they're like, what? And then it just shoots through. I mean, that would actually be kind of funny if you were like trying to triangulate, like where you're at, where the ship's parked at, and where the guy's at, so you'll have to run around him to get to the other side to do your special move. Make sure.
You want to talk about Fiora? That's Fiora.
You just walk around the guy, ignoring everything, and then like summon your blade right through him. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I need runes. Let's see here. I want weapon runes. All right.
I still need to transfer over my trident into the book with all the weapons in it. I can just pull weapons from.
Yep. And all that takes, I think, is like during one of your like daily preparations. So like on one of these mornings,
that's cool.
You just lock it in there.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. All right. Cool.
Okay. All right. Now they used to have a thing called vampiric.
Damn, that was some good food. I halfway through eating it though, I realized I forgot the step at the end where you put the cheese on it, but I was like too locked in because I was hungry, and it smelled good. Right. And honestly, I feel like it still tasted good regardless without the cheese or not.
It was still busting regardless.
Okay. Now within your level range, Johnny, of runes, it does not have vampiric. There is something still like vampiric that is much higher level, so unfortunately it's out of the range. But some options that you have here, just to give you sort of like a hint of what you got. There is a one that's called rooting, which would make sense for you being a Conrasu and everything. Which when you do a critical hit with the weapon, roots transfer from the weapon into your enemy and then out of the enemy's like feet or whatever that they have, out of their legs, to root them on the spot. So they would become immobilized for 1 round. They'd be immobilized and clumsy 1 for 1 round. And they would have an escape DC of 28. So that is an option. You could just shove roots like through somebody, and then it, basically literally nails them to the spot for 1.
You can nail them to the cross.
Like
yeah, you can. Let's see here. There is here's another one that would make sense in the fact that you're wielding a scythe. It's called hauling, and once per hour, so this is a thing that you could use multiple times. Once per hour, when you successfully hit somebody with your weapon, they would need to make a reflex DC or be moved up to 10 feet in any direction that you choose. Which does include straight up. So yeah, you could basically just reach out and hook somebody with your scythe and move them around the battlefield. You could also launch them into the air, for an air juggle. So there are options like that. There is there's also one that would make your scythe serrated, which
isn't my scythe already serrated? I could have sworn I had that.
Uh, no, your scythe is not currently serrated.
Oh.
Or your scythe, yeah, your scythe isn't serrated, it's wounding.
Oh.
Yeah, like the wounding makes it look serrated.
Oh.
Like that's the visual, is it makes it look serrated. But the actual serrated rune, what that does is it would add an additional 1d4 of the same damage onto the dice. So like when you're rolling, you would roll your regular dice plus an additional d4, which counts as the slashing of your thing. And then as a single action interact that you can do, you can focus its power, causing the serrated shards to buzz as you transform
Chainsaw
as you transform it into a chainsaw.
A chain, dude. I'm just imagining like you took one of the chain swords from 40k and you put a scythe on the end of it for some reason. There's just a scythe attached to my chain sword now for some reason.
Or it's just a chainsaw on a stick. That is
actually
that is the other thing.
That would be so cool. Chain scythe.
But yeah, so as a one action interact, you can focus on your scythe, which causes it to turn into a chainsaw. And on your next hit with the weapon, the serrating runes adds an additional d12 instead of that additional d4. So it would always add a d4 on top, but you could take an action to crank the chainsaw part and then into somebody like a Gears of War character.
Give me the chainsaw scythe. I want the chainsaw scythe. Extra damage and plus the fucking like, oh, you think I'm gonna cut you? Nah, I'm also gonna rip you to ribbons.
Okay, so narratively speaking here, what we'll say is that like Seamus is out during the time period that the crafting and stuff is going on, and he's like looking around for like weird magical bits and whatnot, and he gets a ping over on the very edge of the city, like right where it starts to bump up against the surrounded jungle. And when he goes and checks that out, he finds that the flesh warps who work directly for Umber, that are part of the like city planning and maintenance and all that sort of stuff, they've got chainsaw machetes that they are using to cut back the forest. And Seamus is just like, "Ah, shit, I gotta get me one of those," and then like attach it to your blade, homie. And so like now there's just a pull string on your fucking scythe. One action pull. Crank that bitch up. All right, so let me open up your. Okay, so you're. Okay, hold on, Shamoose. You are. Let me get into your sheet here. You've got the. Where is your scythe? Okay. All right, there's your scythe. Okay, well we need to. All right.
Where's your scythe? It's never left my side, sir.
Yeah, I see that, but also your scythe is not like what it's supposed to be. All right, so let's get your scythe set up like it's supposed to be. First of all, your scythe is unique now. And let's see here. We're gonna go to details. Okay. It's not made out of any precious. It's not made out of any precious materials. Okay. All right, and then.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I also fused it with like the staff of like the holy razor or something like that. I remember that as well.
Yeah, we need to get that put in here.
So not only
Okay, so all right, so it's bobbity 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 bob, bobbity gobbity gook. Okay, so all right, chainsaw laser scythe.
Oh my god.
Now we can find it on the fucking list. It is now properly named chainsaw.
That sounds
A
like
laser
that,
scythe.
that actually sounds like a 40k weapon, bro. A chain scythe with a laser, like las gun attached to it or some shit. It can only shoot like once every couple weeks or something. Once a day or something.
Okay. All right. Now that that's done, let me go over here to Seamus. Seamus has his chainsaw laser scythe. Makes an attack. Assuming he were to hit. Let's make sure it's doing all the correct damage. 2d10, 1d4, plus 6 with the bleeding. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Let's see what happens.
Well,
big number, big number, big number.
okay,
Wait,
so
ride! Let it
All right.
ride!
Okay. All right, hold on. Because you should have.
42
Okay.
black, please. Sir, you've won.
17 black.
Let it ride! 42 black. Let it ride! And then the bride, the audacity to smoke on the way home that it was the house always wins or whatever after winning like 7 fucking times in a row or whatever.
And loses it all.
Loses it all because he kept saying let it ride, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I've thought about turning that soundbite into a meme, but I just don't know who the hell it would be. It'd probably be like Ash and Mackenzie or something.
It'd be Mackenzie gambling.
It would get Mackenzie getting what?
It'd be Mackenzie gambling, and Ash is like, "Whoa, hey, hold on, whoa."
Gambling all of the money she just earned from burning someone's house down because she's a serial arsonist for hire.
Okay. All right. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay. Okay, that doesn't do anything. All right. So, chainsaw laser sword, unique magical scythe. It's under the polearm group. Base weapon is a scythe, of course. Coat serum, striking. First and second property wounds, wounding, serrated. Bip, bop, boop, and begorg. Okay. Oh. Kinky. Okay.
That can't be good.
So I was looking.
Damn.
I was looking specifically for setting up the critical thing, and there is an option to inject these 2 damage rolls together. Like you made 2 attacks and you hit both times. And as opposed to me doing the individual for each individual one, I could just click on a thing and merge them, and it does the math for me.
Ooh, that's cool.
That is cool. And if necessary, if I need to track them separately for some strange reason, I can re-break them apart. So, cool. Groovy. Okay. That is neat. That's not what I was looking for, but it's a good thing to learn. Okay. Okay, so slashing damage. There is no splash damage involved. You've got persistent damage, which already comes in from the wounding. Okay, so then, the thing is that there should be an activation for the rune. Okay, this, that, and we need to also get the. We also need to add the Staff of Illumination back in here. So let me fucking find that real quick. Let's see. I need
just jambles them all together with duct tape.
I need the. Well, it's magical duct tape. That's how it works. All right, the Staff of Illumination.
Glue that permeates everything.
It's funny that that's an actual thing in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now there's no way that I can unfortunately like merge these 2 items in Foundry, but now it's in your equipment. So if you need to use the laser part of your staff, you can now point the laser gun at somebody, and if they get too close, then you can pull out the chainsaw part. It's just the thing is that there should be an activation for the rune, and I'm not seeing an activation for it.
What a fucking weird AI video. Duck video. Quack.
Okay, so you got your 2 activations there. You get your Let's Try It Again. You seem somewhat familiar. Cascade. Search over there. Nothing on that time. Perm. Okay. All right then. So looks like we're gonna have to just do this manual. Or hold on. I might be stupid. Hold on. Let's try something here. Let me open up the bestiary and let me pull out a bandit.
Oh boy.
Okay. Here's a random bandit. Okay.
Hey, yo, it's me, Mr. Bandit.
Yeah. Like, okay, so Mr. Bandit shows up.
Jeez.
And Mr. Bandit, I'm gonna put Seamus right here next to Mr. Bandit. All right, and then Seamus is going to target the bandit. And then Seamus is going to attack the bandit. And there's basically no way that he cannot critical this bandit. Except that.
It's rewind time. Fuck that.
Let's try this again.
Insanity.
Hit by what? No. You're not. No. Hold on. Let's try this again.
The laws of the world do not want me to murder this man. This man has been officially protected by God. And he does not want him obliterated.
What? Okay, there we go. Now it's a critical hit. Okay, now, like, I don't know why that took so many rolls. Okay. All right. Let me look at the calculator here. Okay, so the base damage, serrated is on, wounding is on. Okay, so we need to actually turn off serrated, and then we do critical serrated. And this is a D12 and is the same damage as your regular, so it is slashing. Add that, and now we roll.
Holy shit.
Absolutely demolishing. That guy, massive damage, immediately kills them. He doesn't even get to bleed to death because you just exploded him.
I turned him into a fine red mist.
Okay, so now the question is does it remember that? Does it remember that guy's dead, or does it remember that? All right, hold on.
Did he die so hard that the game?
The game forgot he died.
Okay, all right. So he's back alive now. He's officially back alive. He's an immortal bandit until I say otherwise.
He's
so.
a training dummy.
Okay, again, another critical hit. Hit the critical button. Okay. Therein lies the problem. Okay. All right. So then, Johnny, this is how this is going to have to work until otherwise I'll have to see if maybe there's a mod or something that fixes this. Okay, so it's supposed to be, now you have to activate it to trigger this, to get the D12 thing. So you will have to track whether or not you have activated the chainsaw. I will add a button into your actions that says activate chainsaw. It won't do anything mathematically, but it will, be that it'll be officially part of the narrative of like, you have taken an action to activate the chainsaw part of your chainsaw laser scythe. And then the next time you hit, when the little pop-up for damage comes up, you will need to turn off the serrating option and then add 1d12 slashing damage on top of that. So like when you're looking at the window, it'll say base damage at the top, then it'll say serrating D4, and it's got a little on-off button next to it. So you're going to click that off. Then under that, you'll have wounding. You keep wounding on. Then under that, you'll have a thing where it says label, like 1d4 acid, and it's got an add button. You're just going to switch that 1d4 to a 1d12, and I mean, technically you don't have to switch the acid to slashing, but just again, so that it makes sense. Turn it to slashing and then click add, and that will add the extra d12 damage on there. Then you actually click on the damage thing so that it rolls, and then it will roll correctly. And he will do insano damage, whatever the you just destroyed.
So, I would say I'm gonna. Or actually, let me target the bandit.
Yeah, target bandit. There you go. Then you'll. This doesn't require you to actually crit, but let's say that you've turned it on, so that means you turn off where it says serrating, and then you'll switch 1d4 to 1d12, put it to slashing, and then click add, and then click the damage button.
That doesn't pop up for me for some reason.
Weird.
What do you when
So when I go to
when
like,
you click damage for it to roll damage?
So turn off serrating.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then see where it says
add a
where it's the add a modifier where it says 1d4. Switch that to 1d12, and then click add, and that will add it on there, and then you click the actual damage.
Oh, okay. But instead of it, it says acid, but just leave it as like.
You can leave it as acid. You can switch it to slashing just to be appropriate. That is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be slashing. But so long as we know that extra d12 is in there correctly, that's the thing that we need to track.
I can. So that would be. So if I turn off serrating, that would be me turning on the chainsaw part, correct?
Yeah, that is you turning on the chains.
Oh,
So
yeah,
let me add that.
I have a switch for it now, activated for it.
He revs the chainsaw violently.
Oh, you have a switch for it?
Yeah, I just made it.
Okay.
See, slashing, chainsaw, strength, weapon, and persistent loot.
Okay. Slashing. Okay. All right. Okay. See, the thing is that like it won't save that. So the next time you attack, that won't be there. So every time you activate the chainsaw, you have to do that little bit of thing. That's what I was looking for, was to see if there was just a thing for you to click it on.
So weird how it doesn't. Yeah, it might have to be a mod.
Yeah, so it'll probably end up having to be a mod. But in the meantime, what I'm going to create an action which is just activate chainsaw. Okay, we're going activate
Did that knock on my door, or is it the neighbor?
chainsaw. All right, so this is just a single action thing. Seamus pulls. Yep, Seamus pulls the ripcord. Okay, Seamus pulls the ripcord on his scythe. Activating the serrated edge to somehow start spinning in a loop along the main body of the blade. transforming it into a goddamn chainsaw. And just so that we're... Oh, I didn't even know I could do that. Cool. I didn't know that I could do that.
Share with the class, Fuzzy.
What'd you do?
Well, I was going to like, I was going to like see if I could apply bolding to the word chainsaw just to give it some emphasis. But like, I can link it to the item itself.
Oh.
It doesn't do anything, but like it will. It just links it. So neat. But yeah, let me save that. There we go. And then close that. And now you will have on Seamus' sheet a thing where it just says activate chainsaw. Which that's all that it does, is it just pops up a little thing that says that you're using one of your actions to activate the chainsaw function. So, bing, bang, boom. There you go. All right, so.
Somehow start spinning in a loop along the main body of the blade, transferring into a goddamn chainsaw.
Into a goddamn chainsaw. It's in the walls. Not anymore. Okay. Well, that is terrifying. That is so terrifying that you have goddamn chainsaw. So, we don't need to spend it. He can be gone. Okay. So, what we do need is, though, to make the one crafting check that's actually so.
Yep.
So let's take care of that. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have Tim roll his crafting for aid. So, okay. Yeah, so he is just going to do aid. So here is his crafting check. That is high enough. All right. So he provides aid to Callie, which is an additional +2 to Callie's crafting check.
Okay, +2. That's pretty good. Holy shit! How am I still getting fucking notifications of the server? I thought I turned all of those off. Okay. All right. Crafting check. Here it comes. I want to reroll that. I want to reroll that.
Okay.
I really want to crit bad. Okay, let's just reroll that. Okay, that's a yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's real good.
That is a success. Okay. Alrighty. So then,
is it
now
just
it's not a crit success.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's not a crit success. It's just a success.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so that means that Callie will
2 times the amount. Oh,
get
man,
2 times the overall amount. So the overall amount that Callie gets is going to be 2,024 gold worth of gemstones. These gemstones are primarily rubies and various sorts of rubies.
Wait, how much gold was it? It was 2,000.
2,024.
And 24. Okay.
Oh, wait. Let me make sure I'm not make sure I'm not shortchanging you here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It is 2,040, 2060, 2064. It is 2,064 gold.
Okay, 2,064.
Worth of gemstones, primarily rubies and fire opals.
Oh. So it's not in gold pieces, it's just in rubies, right?
Yes, it is in rubies and fire opals.
A question I have theoretically is, could I technically take all these gems and put them in, like, jewelry or other such things to make them more valuable?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'll just put down that I have 2,000. I'll put the coinage because I do want to, like, convert that and eventually, but I also do want to
yeah, you'll
turn all those into like jewelry to make it more.
Yeah, you'll want to note that money is not liquid, as it is bound up in gemstones. But technically speaking, you do have it, and any sizable enough city has a gem converter that will pay you, in liquid funds. So there is that. There is one thing though that that we also need to discuss besides just Callie providing this thing to Prince Talige. Well, first of all, Prince Talige is pleased with this this magical crowbar made out of orchicellum that Callie has provided him.
Which was a crit, but I'll take the success. I'll take the success.
Yeah, he is very pleased, and he renders payment to Callie, with literally a snap of his. He snaps his fingers, and
Callie's just covered in a bag of just gemstones.
Well, actually, no. He gives it to you in a large basket of gemstones, and the basket itself is made out of copper wire.
What the fuck? That's
Yeah, and when it arrives, it's hot to the touch. Not quite enough to not quite enough to burn you, but not very far off. It rapidly cools down, but he just literally with a snap of his fingers just summons a basket full of gems.
Elemental, that's why.
Yeah, Prince Talige. The other thing that happens, because Callie did mention the fact that she got into this deal at the end of the big lunch that you guys were having. And Umber did have some follow-up questions for that. What the fuck are you talking about? She obviously knows who Prince Talige is. And according to Umber, Prince Talige is a actual, literal prince from the Realm of Fire. Prince Talige is a genie. He is an Ifriti. And he is a royal Ifriti, which means he has access to wish magic. So you don't want to piss this guy off. He could just wish that your insides were on your outside.
That sounds very unpleasant,
Yeah, it's not cool. The reason that he is here, him and his entourage, they are also Ifritis, by the way, his two twin, acidic bitches. They are also Ifritis, although they, as far as Umber is aware, are common Ifritis. They don't have access to wish magic, but they are still walking, talking infernos with swords. So,
good thing I didn't talk bad about them to their face last time and was actually very polite about it, I suppose.
Yeah. Again, according to Umber, Prince Talige is here, and Umber, basically.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I find it really fun. I was the way I imagine the Umber brings this up is just you didn't shake his fucking hand, did you? This is the first thing she says after coming.
I mean, she does. She is very much the you did fucking what? I'm sorry. What? Never shake a genie's hand. According to Umber, she does tell Callie this is kind of serious business because the genie, they're not fae, to be very specific. They are not fae creatures, but they do have a kind of similar relationship with agreements, the way that fae do, the way that specifically devils do, where if you make a promise, if you shake on something, then like it means something and it gives power to the various parties who are making an agreement with each other. And since your agreement was for him to be pleased with your work, if he was unpleased with your work, it could have worse ramifications than just simply Callie dying.
I get
So,
cursed forever. Well, it's a good thing we succeeded then. I'm okay with us succeeding then, because failing would have been way worse.
Yeah, failure would have been not good. Thankfully he's very pleased. The other thing that Umber makes Callie aware of, and well, I mean she makes the entire party aware of this, is that Prince Talij is here in Akkad by her invitation. The reason that he is here by her invitation is because the Ifriti are extremely good record keepers, and they have kept records all the way back into like the misty times of prehistory. Like when the universe was literally young, the Ifritis were already keeping records of shit. Which means that the Ifritis probably have information on the origin of the Lamia and the Lamia curse specifically. Okay. So that's why she's basically been kind of like wooing this guy to like get information out of him. He legitimately has that information, and he has made a deal with Umber specifically that he basically gets to treat Akkad as his like pleasure vacation like resort thing, where he can just like show up and take in the local amenities and get away from the politics of the Ifriti courts on the Plane of Fire. So he shows up usually for like a couple of days, and is just sort of here, and he's not usually a problem of any sort. And obviously because Valve, the goblin, has the abilities that she does, like it is through Valve that Umber was able to set up this accommodation in the first place. So she generally has Valve like sort of like tail him and keep him company and like help steer him away from shit that he might accidentally fuck up. And if him and his guards like accidentally, quote unquote, start any fires, she can just turn them off.
Okay. Is he
the other thing?
The reason why that was what I was going to do. Is he the reason why all the lights are flickering in that certain direction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why that happens. Is because of him.
Okay.
So, yeah, when Umber says that she doesn't know exactly why that happens, like the mystical mechanics behind it, like she doesn't know that part. But she has been assured by Valve that when that happens, it's nothing special. It's just some sort of like natural connection vibration between him being a powerful creature of fire and natural fire, just sort of like syncing up with each other for whatever reason, and it's drawn to him. So like whenever he's like, so basically whenever he goes to a performance or a show or whatnot, and he like starts to like laugh and get into it, whenever he like takes like a deep breath to laugh, all of the open fires everywhere all like point towards him.
Okay, so it wasn't anything sinister. I see.
Yeah, so it hadn't caused any problems. It was just it hadn't caused any problems. It was just a weird thing that people have gotten slowly used to over the past like month or two that he's been here. He hasn't been here the whole time. He only shows up and then he's gone, and then he shows up again. Yada yada. But he's a otherwise semi well known guy who can be found pretty frequently here in Akkad. She also advises Callie that if Callie wants to do any other business with him, that she needs to be very specific on any sort of deal she makes, because of the whole wish magic.
Yeah, maybe Callie's like sitting there like, okay, but yeah, you're right. Maybe next time I should word the deal a bit more specifically, so that I'm not agreeing to something that might screw me over.
Yeah.
He did
Other than
say,
that, she also.
Callie would
Mhm.
also tell Umbers, like, he did say that if I was decent enough at the work I did, that he'd tell his buddies or people he knows of similar-ish titles of my prowess, and I just couldn't help but want to prove myself worthy of the challenge.
Well, if you do well enough, I would expect then some large, on-fire individuals to come knock shop soon. And with a 38, that's good enough actually for him to give out Callie's name to the other Ifriti nobles. You know, to like his actual like friend circle.
Yes.
To be like, hey, look at this cool thing that I got while I was over in the universe. It was made by this local, and here's her name and all of her contact information.
Here's her business card. Oops, sorry, it's on fire. It's been disintegrated.
Well,
I imagine...
since you shook hands with him, he now knows all that information.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in a binding contract with him, and I didn't even realize it. Damn it!
Yeah, so somewhere on the plane of fire, there is now a little business card that just says Califino, crafter.
Crafter.
Yet another thing. All right, this bitch getting a little bit big. Might need to do something.
Oh no, those demons, bro. I'm gonna start sending more. It's so funny that Umber says that there's gonna be a guys on like completely on fire showing up to the workshop, as if that hasn't already happened. Some guy that was on fire already showed up.
I mean, yeah, but these will be very tall guys who are on fire. You've got these are his bodyguards.
Jeez.
And then this is Prince Talish himself in like his normal form.
What the fuck, man?
So these the two twins, like they look ever so slightly down at Gloria. Like they're bigger than she is.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, and then the prince is pushing like upwards of like 11 feet. So like he's a big dude because he is a powerful fucking genie.
I was also gonna. Oh no, continue.
The other thing I was just going to point out is that Umber like does mention the fact that like as stated, Prince Talish is a wish capable granting genie. She doesn't know if there's any sort of like limitations on the kind of wishes that he can grant. She doesn't know if there's a limitation on how many wishes he can grant, how frequently he can grant them, or anything like that. But like, she does know that it is a power that the Ifritis do not hand out for fucking cheap. Valve herself is like trying to pay for a wish, which the prince will only accept fire opals as payment for that, and fire opals are pretty fucking rare. They have to be, and they do have to be from the universe. They do have to be like native to this plane fire opals, because otherwise he has the ability to just like fart them out. But he's charged Valve to bring him like 10 fire opals, and if she manages to do that, she doesn't know how far Valve is along on that. Like Valve's mentioned the fact that she's given him some, but she doesn't know how far along.
Interesting.
But essentially, Valve is paying him for a wish, and so she says that. So she says to Callie that like that means that he's probably at least like copacetic to like granting wishes if you really want one. But whatever he asks for payment, again, you're just gonna put yourself into like another one of those like binding agreements. So be very fucking clear that you want the damn thing.
Fair
before you.
Fair enough. I mean, there's a few things I could wish for, but that can wait.
yeah. Um, Umber briefly considered like wishing for the information, but the more and more she thought about it, she was like she didn't want to be on the hook for that. So
Fair
instead she's just doing the like relatively more normal like let's butter this guy up, and then like when he's pleased enough, then he'll hand over the information that she wants without her having to like make the kind of binding agreement to like pay him some sort of ridiculous thing that there's no telling whether or not she'll even be able to pay for it. So that's why she hasn't abused this particular service, and she's just offering that as a piece of information to Callie. Like, hey, this guy can grant wishes for realsies, but like the way that you pay for it, you may not like. So be very, very fucking certain that you want the damn
fair.
thing.
That's fair. That is fair.
So yeah, but that is all of that. So
all right,
with the crowbar aside, the the other stuff only just requires Callie to be there.
Okay.
Umber,
I did want to ask, could we have the other group like while Callie's crafting like investigate the like the weird livestock or whatever, since we're gonna be here for a couple more days or whatever?
Yes, B team can totally do that. As a matter of fact, like Oda would be quite happy to get the fuck out of town for like at least a little bit of time. She is already, even though she's only 24 hours in, she's already chafing at the having to call Umber Mistress Umber every single time to thank woman's in the room. So, since she's already kind of like a little cheesed off of that, she's perfectly okay to go traipsing around the jungle to figure out what's going on with the wildlife. So, and let me make some notes on that. Got B team checking out the wildlife situation.
Yes, that is fair.
All right. Okay, so they will take care of that during this downtime. I will roll some dice later on to see how that encounter goes for them.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah. Okay, so that's technically that's all that we need to do. And here, 7:30 p.m., which is a fine enough stop time for this little single person session.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I'm gonna guess
So,
next session though we'll hear back from the guys from the fucking, what the hell are they?
Yeah, the Drogues Trading Company.
Yeah,
They have been gathering information, which I have written down like 85% of.
All right.
And so next go around, next session, they will provide that information to Callie, so that the party can then make any further like adjustments to their plans based off of that. And then most likely, since at that point the angler will be ready, party can get on their new rocket powered blimp, and just fly off to Nog Nog. I did go ahead and make adjustments to the angler's sheet in the in Foundry so that its speed is upgraded to 50, and I also made some slight adjustments to its passenger capacity, just to make sense, because otherwise you guys are basically sleeping on top of each other.
I mean, we got so many.
Gloria is still going to have to like hang out on the deck all the time, but like she's fine with that. Like she likes the wind in her hair. She likes looking down at the ground as it passes by. So like, and like she's basically immune to the cold.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
her and Tim are just
along with
around for some reason.
Yeah, like like they just pick a corner on the deck and like sit close to each other and like stick their legs out through the rungs and just watch things going by. I would say probably also additional things would be like an actual like um, launch for Boer's Witchcraft.
Okay, yeah,
so that Boer doesn't technically have to sleep inside of their cauldron. That is like where Boer's bedroom is. Like it's an extra-dimensional space. But Boer has to be in contact with the thing for it to actually fly. So it having a rest that it can just attach itself to means that Boer can actually wander around the ship.
Okay, that's nice. Fair.
Yeah, so slight adjustment to the passenger space, adding on rockets to make this thing go fast.
At some point, we could add cannons. No.
Yeah, at some point you could add cannons or ballistas or something.
Something like that.
The other upgrade that you could potentially do is you could also upgrade the ram damage.
Oh yeah, we could ram people.
Yeah, you can ram people, and with the additional speed, I think that would actually up the damage for it. But either way, with all of that said and done, I'm going to write up a couple of notes for like just shit that happens during the downtime, and that'll be that. So, Johnny, still there?
Yes.
Any last things for Seamus before we officially shut down this little thing?
No, I think that'd be it. Yeah.
All right. So you got your fucking chainsaw on top of your laser scythe.
Now you need to draw that. You need to draw that, or have someone else draw it for you. I might draw that because that sounds like a cool idea. Doing a chain scythe with a laser weapon attached to it.
Like, I just think it's funny where you've got like all of these like very clearly obvious fantasy characters, and then you've got like Seamus and Tim and Callie who are just slightly off to the side being like, yeah, we're fantasy characters, wink wink. As Callie's walking around in like Fallout power and the fucking robot with a gun. Seamus has a laser.
She's got a book that she can use to summon like items that are just also like inventions of her own making.
Yep. It is very cool. Like this is the kind of fantasy. This is the sort of like fantasy mishmash that I always get like a lot of enjoyment out of. But thank you, you two, for being here today. I know this was a little short thing, but we took care of some important paperwork. We got some good minor roleplay done. Seamus now has like just like a new way to aura farm.
Yeah, he does.
And the party can finally like make some real fucking distance on the map. Okay.
Yes, we can. And I got 2,000 gold pieces worth of fucking gemstones, which I could turn into like very beautiful works of fucking jewelry and make more money.
Yep. As far as that is concerned, just off the top of my dome, I think what we could say that Callie does is Callie could, if you wanted to, have her spend the time, and it would be a considerable amount of time considering how many gems.
Yeah.
If you then wanted to convert and then sell the jewelry, that Callie could probably again double that money. So you could probably again double that to like up to 4K. So I don't know how much time that would take though. I would need to give that some thought. But that's going to take some time because we're not talking a few gems. We're talking a basket full of like,
basket. I got to keep the basket too, right? That was made of copper.
Yes. Yeah, the copper wire you get to keep.
Hell yeah.
He does not. Prince Talish does not give a flying fuck.
All right, good.
That is all yours. Okay, so yeah, so that'll be everything. Gentlemen, you all have a pleasant rest of your evening, and I'm some notes, and I will talk to y'all later.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
All right. Have a good night.